This is Flirty, Dirty, and Bookish.
Welcome to the dark side.
Listen if you dare.
Bro, there's so much that has happened this year that I don't even feel like it's only been a year. Like, how is that possible? Like, so much has happened. And now we have a podcast?
We're interviewing our favorite authors.
I'm sorry. What is happening? Like,
I own actual physical books.
My room has gotten worse. I didn't know it was possible.
I wasn't reading a year ago. I picked up my first book a year ago, and now my shelf is full.
And you know what the most shocking thing is of this entire year of 2025? I didn't date one toxic man in the entire year of 2025. I stayed single the entire time. I did it! And now I have to get through 2026 without making that same dumb choice. Can I do it 2 years in a row? Can she make it back-to-back wins? Who knows if she'll win the trophy 2 years in a row? Will she do it? Will she? Will she? Will she? I can just hear them now cheering in the crowd. Kylie! 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 Hi. My name's Kylie, and I have mental issues.
Okay. So
welcome to St. Graves!
Yep. Welcome to St. Graves.
Welcome to St. Graves. I'm so happy for you guys to be here with us.
I want to live there.
I already packed my bags. Let's go. I wish we could. If I owned, like, some kind of portal to jump into, like, fake worlds, this is the world I'd be jumping into. And you want to know why, guys? And you're probably wondering, Kylie, you jump in there, but, like, what about Black Hollows? Well, guess what, bitches? It's the same universe.
Yep.
Not the same author, but the same goddamn universe, because they're besties, and they connected their worlds, and therefore, all I would have to do is portal there, and I could go in between Black Hollows and St. Graves.
It would be a dream come true.
And St. Graves, they're warmer.
Yep.
Yeah. If only. So if someone ever invents something like that, let me know. I want to know first. And Miss...
I think you would be the one to invent it.
Yeah.
Probably. And Gabby, Samantha, if you're listening, I promise that Luca can remain yours. Even if I travel to this world, he's not the one I want. I'm just putting this out there now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So speaking of St. Graves, and the fact that I just alluded to there being more than one man in this book, is it an MM? No. No, it's not. No, we took a break from that for a little sec. It is not an MM. Morgan, would you care to elaborate?
It is a why choose where the female main character has, in the first book...
Let's just say she has multiple boyfriends.
Yeah, but in the first book, which is...
Shattered Chaos.
Yep, thank you. I kept wanting to say Beautiful Chaos, and I'm like, that's the last one. She has 2 love interests in this one.
2 love interests, but another one that you know is an absolute...
And then a third bonus.
Technically, okay, there's 4 men in this book that you get the POVs of. 2 of them are currently her love interests throughout this book. One of them, you know for a fact, will be a love interest in coming books, but, like, they just haven't worked their way there yet.
Yeah.
And then the 4th one, you're kind of like, well, I mean, you're getting a POV, so I'm assuming, but you just don't see how it's going to work out yet.
Yeah.
Like, you're just getting to know him.
Yeah.
And I love him.
Yeah. I finished this book in, like, a day and a half. And it's, like, 500 pages. Mm-hmm. Or close to, like, 450.
Mm-hmm.
No notes.
I mean, I feel like... No, I don't either. Like, I feel like everyone kind of gets the vibe, because I'm sure if you're listening to this, most likely you found us from TikTok. And if you did, you probably got the vibe by now that we've been obsessed and living in the Samantha Bee world, and that's where we've been.
Yeah.
We've talked about these books a lot lately.
Yes.
But
I'm
for
like so obsessed with them.
Mhm.
The female main character, Scar, has
Iconic.
the most interesting backstory. She has built herself up from she had
Really
everything
nothing.
and then nothing and then has given herself everything.
Hmm.
She I
But
don't
it's
know,
like,
is like the badass of the badasses. Like
mhm.
her like it's what is it the first chapter or the second chapter where they're at their club Steel Roses, which is a strip club,
Well,
and
like
she
the
does a
first three
dance.
chapters they're there,
Yeah.
but I think like I know what you're talking about. It's like
Oh my
two.
God. If
It's
you
no, it's
just
amazing.
listen to the songs that they're saying while you're reading it and picture it, and it's like it's a masterpiece, is what it is.
It
It's
really is.
pure
Mhm.
perfection.
Yeah.
The introduction, you jump right into it, but then you slowly get to know who she is. You get to meet Luca, who is her business partner, bonus love interest that they know they love each other, but they're like, we would burn down the world if we got
Hmm.
together. So they kind of go their separate ways, but like they're best friends. You get to know exactly what his personality is like, and you like with other people, and then you meet Cade, and that's me. That's my man. Sorry. That right there, I forever. Um, but and then you meet him and you immediately get a grasp of his personality, and it's just like
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, you actually meet Noah really soon on too. It
yeah.
just like quick, literally jumps, and then you meet Noah, and you like know
Yeah,
him right
you
away.
meet Noah in like 6 chapters, and he's
Something
her
like that.
other
It's
love
not deep
interest.
in there.
Can we talk about when Noah shows up, please?
But before we do, it's on topic with Noah showing up. And how iconic was every single character interaction in this book.
Oh my God.
Everyone had
Every
something about it that
single
makes
one.
it
Yeah.
so memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like burned into my brain. Like, I'm sorry, the I like when you get mad and the tongue scene with Luca. Her and Kay going to get tattoos and her tattooing her lips on him.
That was good.
Yeah.
And then Noah. Poor, sweet baby Noah shows up to. Okay, so, like, for context, Scar loves to just fuck around. Like,
Yeah.
she knows that Luca's in love with her, which is why, and she loves Luca back, which is why they can't be together, because she's no relationship. She's all about her revenge. She's not looking for a relationship. She just
Yeah.
likes fuck buddies. And she can have consistent fuck buddies, but you need to
Yeah.
know the rules of the game.
But all of them are all aware that like she's
Oh,
not
they're all
settling
aware.
down. Like they're
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
She gives
She's not.
rules.
Yeah. She's not a fuckboy keeping secrets behind anybody's
No.
back.
They
No.
know. And like there's rules and everything. And Cade is one of these men because he's like, I'll take what I can get from you. Her and Luca and Cade actually all grew up together, and then Cade wasn't in their lives for like the last 8 years, and he like recently reappeared, which is why he's probably so okay with it, which is where Luca's like, if I was gonna be with you, I'd want a relationship. Like I don't want
Yeah.
just like whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's Luca. I mean
But Cade's personality is a lot different too.
Cade's
Luca's very
different.
more serious and very more like
Yeah.
if I'm all in. Cade's like, let's just fuck around and have fun.
Well, which is like partially true, partially not. Cade thinks he can change her if he does it her way, and then
Yeah.
changes her without her knowing, because he thinks he's this like secret mind fucky person, and he's not fully wrong.
He's
Not
not
fully
wrong.
wrong. He makes some errors, but he's not
But
fully
he's
wrong.
not wrong.
No. But
No.
anyway, moving on from Cade is poor Noah. So Cade and Scar, yes, Cade was also there when we met Noah, had sex, and they woke up the next morning to a knock on Scar's front door.
And
And
this was also Scar doesn't let people sleep over, so Cade's like, "Ooh, I slept over."
yeah,
Like
like, ooh, look at me
working,
go.
like
But also keep in mind, Scar does not let these men they're not meant to just randomly show up to her place. Like,
no.
you better text me with a plan before you're at my place.
Yeah.
So she's like, who the hell could it be? So she just lets Kate go. Well, she's like, puts some form of clothing on. And Kate opens the door to find Noah with 2 coffees. And poor Noah is just looking at Kate like, what the fuck? Like, obviously he knows Kate exists because, like,
Yeah.
she's very open. But it's more like, it's like the first thing in the morning and you're already here and you clearly look like you just had sex. So, like,
Yeah.
and then also Noah's like our shy little goody two-shoes.
Yeah,
So,
the
like, it's like,
college student.
I mean, he doesn't stay that way for long. I mean, shy
No.
though and good and nice, yes. But he will do
He's
bad
very
shit
innocent.
for her. He'll only do bad shit for her.
Cade fights in their underground, like, fighting ring.
And
Cade's not
Scar
innocent.
and Luca run a crime ring, and the underground fighting ring is part of that crime world.
Yeah.
Cade works for them, basically. He just didn't know he was working for her the whole time.
No,
But-
because Luca puts on the front of the boss, but Scar's actually the boss of
Yeah.
everybody.
Anyways, poor baby Noah. And then Scar comes up, and then Noah gets invited into the house, and then Noah's not so poor baby Noah anymore.
No.
I was shocked.
Noah becomes all, like, dark and broody and, like, ooh, I'm gonna be the leader and tell you what to do.
All of a sudden, you're this dominant person, and don't worry, guys, we weren't the only ones surprised. So was she.
And Cade was like, hell yeah, brother, I'm game.
Like, fuck yeah. Like, it was just like, oh, okay,
I love the dynamic.
cool.
I didn't know he had that side of him. He did not seem like he had that side. The
No.
second he walked through the door and Scar was fucking around, he goes, she goes, Wednesday, meet Tuesday.
Oh my god, that was so...
scared that Noah was gonna be mad. I don't know why. You just
Yeah.
automatically get that feeling like it's
Yeah.
wrong.
I never thought Noah was gonna be mad. He just didn't seem like the type. And he'd been around the block for longer than Cade.
Not
I
mad,
thought
just-
maybe Cade would.
Yeah. Cade's a little territorial.
So I was like, which is how you knew that him and Noah were gonna be besties, because he didn't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Noah, it was so iconic, but I didn't see that coming. The Wednesday meet Tuesday thing was so fucking funny.
And then they're like, are you serious? She's like, guys,
It's-
it's Saturday.
Like, it's neither one of those days.
And have I ever only seen you on Wednesdays? No. Have I only ever seen you on Tuesdays? No.
Like, bro, chill your
Relax.
tits. Chill your goddamn tits. No, but they're so funny. Anyway, so, like, Kate and Noah, they're, like, the cutest besties.
Mhm.
I love them. And I love how much they love each other.
Mm-hmm. And they
And
really do. Like, and not, like, no, guys, if you're wondering, they're not together in that way.
No.
They're just friends. But they love each other so, they love each other
They're
so
like-
much.
Yeah.
I'd call them brothers, but like, it would be weird because they share the same girl. And I don't want.
And touching happens sometimes. But they're okay with it. Because, like they say, sexuality is a spectrum. They don't want to fuck each other, but they're okay with touching each other if Scar's in the middle.
Yeah, they can only touch each other if Scar's involved, and it has something to do with her pleasure.
Yeah.
And that's the only time they do. And it definitely took them a while to get there.
Yeah.
It was like a slow moving process.
Yeah.
And
it was Noah who initiated it, and Cade was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But if Noah didn't know him well enough,
he never would have.
He never would have.
Yeah.
Never does it with anybody else.
Mm-hmm. No. Well, there was a little thing with Rye.
Yeah.
But we'll talk
We'll
about him in a
get to
sec.
that.
But, okay, so, speaking of, actually not him yet, I'm not ready to talk about him yet. What did you... These scenes crack me up, because there's multiple. It happens throughout the series. Cade's research.
Does Cade's research start in the first book?
Mm-hmm.
Cade researches what we read.
Now, we didn't know exactly what Cade was researching until a little later, but he always had his nose in a book. And not like, we're not talking like, like a self-help book. Like, our books.
Yeah. Like a dark romance.
Yeah, like, his nose was stuck in a book. Not even dark romance, contemporary too.
Yep.
But it was the fact that it was
romance.
A girl with multiple partners. To see, like, figure out, like, how you could do it. Yeah.
Because he knew that he could never just be enough for Scar, so he'd already had in his mind that it was going to be him and Luca. And then when he met Noah, he started reading books with 3 men because he had to figure.
And then one more would get added. Okay, different books now. Okay, one more. Okay, different books.
Like, his research cracked me up. I loved his research so much.
Yeah.
And then when he starts recommending it in later books, I don't know. Cade being a book talk girly just gets me.
He could totally be I mean
Oh,
his looks and stuff don't match, but what's his
no.
name?
Oh my god, I know who you're talking about too.
P something P
I know. I know exactly who you're talking
something.
about. Yeah.
Yeah. He
No, he
would be that
does.
man. He
Yeah.
would actually I
He would
actually
actually
feel
be
like
him. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, but like Cade is like the tallest of them all. He's like the built one, the
The
fighter, the one that will beat you to death, like quite
the
literally.
psycho.
And yeah,
He's
this
also a
man's
golden retriever.
yeah. No, he's so fucking funny though. I love him. Um, now, like obviously it's a dark romance book. Like there's obviously like other things behind it. Um, their reasoning for doing what they did, like the prologue of this book, like I was immediately attached to her and wanted
Yeah.
her to get revenge. Like
Yeah.
seeing what happened to her in the past.
Oh, that was fucked up.
So yeah, she was sexually assaulted by 4 men and her dad was there. I don't think her dad touched her.
So in the prologue, you actually don't see the sexual assault take place. You just know it happened.
Yeah.
You don't see like pieces of that until later prologues.
Yeah.
But her dad after her dad is the one that called them over because she had seen proof that her
Yeah.
dad was involved in sex trafficking. And so he called them over, them do their thing to her. And then when they left, he stabbed her in the gut and told her, like, you tell no one about this. Basically, he wasn't gonna kill her. He was gonna, like, threaten her and, like, this was gonna become her life. And then oh my god, it breaks my
I
heart.
know.
Her mom
I
came in.
almost feel bad for the mom.
Yeah, her mom comes in. You think she's
I
gonna save
don't.
her kid. And she shoots the dad right between the eyes. He's dead. You're like, cool, great. And then she shoots Scar in the chest.
And goes upstairs and shoots her 2 little sisters.
Her twin little sisters. Shoots them and then shoots herself. So Scar's downstairs lying
Sets
in
the
her
house
own
on
blood.
fire.
Can't
Sets the house
help
on fire
anybody.
and then
Yeah.
shoots herself.
Here's 3 gunshots upstairs, knowing her mom has just killed her sisters and herself. Sets the house on fire. Scar just wants to die. Wakes up in the hospital later because some neighbor saved her.
Yeah.
And now she wants her revenge.
Yeah. Because she wants
But,
to find out she wants to find those guys that hurt her. She doesn't remember. She has
doesn't
no
know who they
idea who
are.
they are.
Yeah, she's like put pieces together over the years of like, okay, well, this like our main, and we know who he is from the beginning, our main like person of interest that we're going to go to war with at some point during this series is Romano, and he's the head of a sex trafficking ring. She knows that it was his sex trafficking ring that her dad was involved in, but that's as much as she knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she doesn't know if it's directly him, people around him, like,
well, she
is
knows
it
that
people that works
Romano
for him?
Yeah, she didn't think Romano did it, but she knew that it would be other elite people like her father.
Yeah.
And she's like, Romano will know who, but I'm gonna have to, like, it's gonna be a war
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Now, in the meantime, they have to do something else because they know how horrible the skin market is, like, what happens in it. They don't want anyone to be like that. And Luca has said multiple times, he does not claim to be a hero. And if it wasn't for Scar, he would not do this because he just wouldn't get involved. But they have a whole nother team inside of their criminal organization. The rest of their organization doesn't know that they even do this. And then only their trusted inner circle, which in the beginning was so small.
Mm-hmm.
And then it grows and it's so cute. Anyway.
Yeah.
But their inner circle, they actually go on missions and save and take down like smaller like trafficking houses and stuff, and they'll take out
Like
the
where
guards,
they're
save
storing
the girls
people and everything.
But I think the the best part of it all was finding out about the charity organization that Scar owns,
That
but
helps
wanted
sexual
to
assault
get
victims.
only good notice from. And so she had one of her own, well, her only friend left from her old life run it. So no one knew she was behind it. But they like full blown. Obviously, we've read books with sex trafficking and stuff in it before, and yes, they've saved the girls like that were involved and like cool. Beside Zaid
You
in
don't know what happens to them after.
yeah, besides Zaid in Haunting Adeline,
Yeah.
you either don't know what happens to them after in most of them, or you do, and it's just like, yeah, like cool, good, but like, you know, like you don't like you already saved them, like cool, like what else can I expect from you? And then Zayd's, you kind of like had a higher standard for it. I even haven't even a higher standard for it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
It's
they
like
will
with
send you to
housing and stuff
school,
like that and give you jobs and
jobs, school, housing, rehab if you need it. She'll like continue to help you. You want to go through like medical school? Cool. The entire thing. We will make sure it's paid for. Like
yeah.
everything. And I loved her so much more for that. She can say she didn't have a heart at all. Like she had no heart in the beginning, nothing. Lies. She
Yeah.
has the biggest heart.
Yeah, because she used all of the money that was left from her dad's death. Her dad was billionaire, millionaire, no idea. Shit ton of money and gave it all to this charity.
Yeah. And she used it to build the charity and her and Luca's empire. She did use some of it for that.
Some of
Because
it,
she
but
needed
not
it.
a lot.
No, she used enough to buy Steel Roses, which is the club her and Luca run. And then from there, they used Steel Roses to make the money to build the rest of their criminal organization.
Yeah.
But then the rest of it all went into Mending Hearts, which is the name of the charity. And yeah, and then she sends money to it constantly, but obviously she owns it, so
Yeah.
not surprising.
I know. I was like, I was not shocked, but I was like, wow, this is, um, like there's just so many levels to her plot and to the storyline. It's like, okay, like, like there's no questions. What happens to them? What's this? What's that? Nope, here's your answer. This is the path that it'll follow. Like it's very
She's
much
literally
like,
thought of everything.
yeah,
Yeah, when she was writing this, you have no questions. And if you have a question,
it'll
it's
be answered in the
because you're
next book.
supposed to, and you'll
Yeah.
find out later.
Yeah.
So if you're reading, when you read these, you got to be like, okay, well, I'm curious about that. Hold on to it because you're going to find out
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah.
And it could be like 5 books from now. It could not even be out yet. Like we have questions that we're like, okay, they're going to be answered, I'm sure. But we don't have our answers yet.
Yeah.
And it's just like so well written.
God.
So well written.
It's like intriguing, easy to read, easy to follow, like funny, serious, sad, bloody. It has all the feels.
But also it has like, yes, with Chantal's Telsier's books, like the Lord series, yeah, there's like this little tiny thing happens and then much later that it leads to this huge bigger thing. Well, guess what? Samantha did the exact same thing, but I
But
liked the
made
way
it
she
less
did it better
confusing.
because I didn't have a headache reading it. Like
Yeah.
I love the Lords, don't get me wrong, but she did a way better job of pulling it off to where I
She
didn't have a
simplified
headache.
it where it was like, oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, like here's that. There's
Not
that
even
little
that.
connection.
Yeah.
There's that like.
Yeah, her little clues were like more obvious. Like
Yes.
only if you're paying attention, but you didn't have to like sit there and like analyze it as you were reading it
Well,
to pick up on.
it's very much like that sort of seems a little random.
That's a little weird. Or this feels like a plot hole. Like, this isn't right. Like there was plot holes in the first book that I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. How she ended up in a group, but like just certain things didn't make sense. By the last book, I promise you, you got all your answers. And I'm like, oh my god, this answers everything.
Yeah.
But like the entire book, I'm like, the beginning there was a few plot holes, but after that there was like not very.
Well, they get answered
then,
as long as you go. They're purposeful.
Yeah. And then by the time you get to the end, you're like, nope, not a plot hole. There's like
No
literally
questions,
no plot holes.
nothing. Yeah.
No stone left unturned.
I think so. I don't like when there's like so much shit.
What do you mean?
Says Like I liked how it flowed really nice and like everything was answered.
Exactly. Yeah. Like the questions you have, you're meant to have. And the
Yeah,
things you're wondering about, you're like, that's purposeful. It's like meant to be
there's a
there.
reason behind it. There's a
Yeah.
method to the madness.
Yes.
Although I do have one question that's not really answered in the book, and it's not because of anything. It's just because I need something that I don't know if we'll ever get, and I need a book. I'm putting this out there because I'm just going to tell her as many times as I can, and if I have to tell her through our podcast, that's what I'll do. I don't care if it's 2 chapters, a whole book, or a duology. I need Mikey, Ronan, and Britt's story, please.
Can we
I'm
talk about
begging
Mikey and
you.
Ronan for a second? And Brett, obviously, but can we talk about them? Okay. So they are the tattoo artists that we
Tattoo
mentioned that.
Kate and Scar in the beginning,
Yeah.
but they actually work within the inner circle. Yeah.
But they are like the best big brothers ever. And Scar doesn't get close to people. She's very affectionate with the ones that are.
That
They
she
come up to
does
her,
let
they
me know.
hug her, kiss her on the head, like, but they're
As
100%
long
the
as
big
she
brother.
knows you don't want to be dating her. Like Noah, Cade, Luca, do not come up to me, hug me, kiss me, nothing, because
Yeah.
it would result in relationship.
Yeah. But like
But with her friends,
they're they're her
yeah.
they're big brothers and I love them both so much.
Alright.
I just like I
They protect her with all their being,
yeah,
but not only her, every girl that comes into this group, and not just them, every man in this group will look after every single girl. It does not matter if you're their
yeah,
girl or not, they have your back.
yeah.
Like, it's like the sweetest thing. And while we're talking about it, Joe.
Oh my God. Joe and Charlene.
They're the best parents. I love
She
that.
never had like a real family, real parents. From the beginning, the only person's love she truly accepted was Joe's because Joe is like
Her
the man who
dad.
should have been her father, and he will forever treat her like his daughter.
Yeah, and Charlene is like the best stand-in mom ever and is like
They're
they're
just,
the best pseudo parents.
Hmm.
they're
Like by
amazing.
far.
They're
Yeah.
so amazing, and I love them
And
so
like when
much.
he scolds her or when like they talk about like sex or something, he goes, "Oh,
Mhm.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it."
I don't
Yeah.
want to hear it. And she doesn't want him to hear it because she like thinks of him as
Yeah.
her
She goes,
dad.
"Oh, sorry, Joe. That's awkward."
Like, oh my
Yeah.
God, is Joe listening? Like, it's just so cute. Her relationship with
Yeah.
them, her relationship with Mikey and Ronan. Britt, who actually, she set up with Mikey and Ronan
Yeah.
because Britt was like one of her best friends who wasn't involved in this world. She
No,
actually,
Britt worked at the coffee shop
she
and she
still
just
does,
started talking.
actually. She never quit.
Yeah. No.
But Britt also doesn't know about this world till much later books, so we're not going to talk about that right now. But she did end up dating Mikey and Ronan from the first book, so we can talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
But
But she's in the first book. She just like one
yeah,
day she just
she's
started
there.
chatting her up and was nice and then she goes in and she sees her every day and they talk every day and they hang out and like
And they're best friends. Like they'll go
yeah.
and do stuff together. Like that's her one and only real girlfriend, but that she gets to hang out with because she loves Josie, and Josie's who runs the business, but they
Hitting her.
can't be in contact without it being suspicious. So they have to
Yeah.
see each other very seldomly. But
Yeah.
like her and Britt's relationship is so cute, and then
I
Britt being
know.
with Mikey and Ronan makes me so happy.
I
I'm so
know.
happy.
I kind of want Joe and Charlene's backstory. I want to know how
I
that
know.
happened because she's loving and soft and very motherly.
And Joe is like he is. He's very loving and soft and very fatherly
Joe
and
takes Scar on these things
psychotic.
called runs
Runs or
because
kills.
yeah,
Yeah.
and is like have at it. He
Yeah.
taught her how to torture people. He taught her how to kill people. He taught her how to do all these crazy things.
Yeah.
How the
He's not
fuck
from
did
your
like
mouth.
I want to know like how him and Charlene got together.
hmm I do want to know about that because I know he kills people and stuff. I mean, you don't really learn about him teaching her until the very last book.
But you know
Um,
he's a
but it's
little
like this, yeah, you just know that he works for Luca
yeah.
and has become like her father or whatever. And yeah, they're just like, and he obviously goes on kills with her and he's always laughing at like how psychotic she is and like
Yeah.
it's so cute. Um, but also while we're on that topic, so we've talked about how they like save people from sex trafficking. You're probably wondering, we mentioned that there were 4 men that you meet in this book.
Yeah.
And the last one is my favorite. So they go on this run.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a run. This is more of a mission. Runs are more like solo, maybe
Yeah,
duo
they go on
kills.
this, they call them runs, but they have another word with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's a run where they're going to take down like a new sex trafficking like
Yeah.
building in their area and save some girls. And it's
This is
actually
where
one
the
of
whole group gets
Romano's.
together.
Yeah, and
The
it's one
whole
of Romano's, so it
Yeah.
plays back into everything else. And when she goes down there, locked in the cage are 2 people. I mean, there's 5 people in the cage, but 2 of them become very important to us. One, her name is Jade, and we love her so much. She's been through the ringer. Um, and the other one is a man.
Which
And
is
they
odd.
can't quite figure out, is he a plant? Is he not? Because he doesn't look good. But if he's a plant, if this is a trap, like, because Romano's usually very good about his safe houses, and this one was very rushed and like all this stuff. So she's like, it could have been a trap. But they didn't really think it was because it was actually, they knew his son was behind it. But
Yeah, and
still,
his
you
son's
never know.
stupid.
Yeah, but you never know. So they're like, okay, well, like, it could be. And this is what I mean by meeting each male character was so iconic. Ryder is our man, and he's standing there, and he is explaining to her why he's in there. And that he was a part of another rescue team. The team actually why the son moved this
Yeah,
sex
why they
trafficking
had
ring
to move
here.
so quickly.
Because there had been a raid at another one. He was a part of that raid. A bunch of people got killed, including some of the girls that were enslaved there. And they ended up capturing Ryder, and now they were planning on selling him because he was just too pretty to give up.
Pretty. Yeah.
Shucks. Sorry. It's not funny. But like Ryder is funny. Anyway, but she's like, just so you know, if this is a fucking trap, like she's like death glaring him. But while she's like doing this and trying to figure it out, he like tells her he's like there's another one of us. She goes, yeah, well, I know, like, because they had like a record of how many should be in there, and
They're
someone
missing
was
one.
missing, and he's like, it's just a little girl. Like Jade's like, she's just a baby. Like you have to save her. Like they took her upstairs. So
But
they so she looks at Ryder because obviously they're gonna go upstairs because she can't risk it not being true.
yeah.
And not doing it. Like if it's a trap, it's a trap. They'll figure their way out of it. But like if there really is like a freaking kid up there, like they need to save her. And but she looks at Ryder and she goes, if this is a fucking trap, I will cut your dick off and make you fucking choke on it. And he like grabs his junk, but not just him. Cade also grabs his junk behind her, like,
He goes, oh.
oh God, like Jesus Christ. Anyway, it wasn't a trap. She goes upstairs and that's when we meet Ro.
Bro.
My fucking heart.
My heart shattered in that moment.
Yeah.
Shattered.
Just this poor little girl with cuts and scars and like
Burns. Like cigarette burns all over her little arm. She's 4, by the way, guys. 4 years old. And she immediately clings to Scar.
but doesn't talk.
Well, she won't talk, but she's like clinging to Scar, holding on to Scar.
Yeah.
She's like obviously scared of men now because of what she's been through. So Kate and the other guys have to like be very like stay back, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, oh my God. And like the guys though were so great with her.
Mm-hmm. Their relationship.
But they all fell in love with her right away. Like every single one of them fell in love with Ro immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously Ro had like an attachment to Scar in that moment. And they're like, okay, we have to figure out something for her later. For one, they always check to see, like, if your family's not the one who sold you and you had a good family and they're looking for you, like, they'll send you back to them.
If you want to go back. Yeah.
But
they'll look into it, make sure nobody sold you or anything. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're kept in a safe house until then, even if you swear that your family would be safe to go into because you never know. Some people think that it is, and then, it's
Mhm.
not. Unfortunately, those are the worst cases. Like, I'd rather be sold by some freaking stranger than my own goddamn family. Thanks.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So anyway, so they hold on to Ro, and they take her home with them. Well, Jade obviously has to go to the safe house. And you would think Ryder would too, but like it was kind of fish, like they couldn't have left Ryder in the safe house. They left the other girls
No, you can't
because
leave.
they're not comfortable with men. And although they like were trapped in there with Ryder, I'm sure they still weren't comfortable.
They cowered away from him. They were
Yeah.
cowering away. They
They were
weren't
all
like
in a corner.
seeking him
The
for
only one who,
protection.
yeah, the only one who got close to him was Jade because I think she knew he had tried to help before, and like they're
Yeah.
locked in a cage together. Like she's already like in her
Yeah.
worst, whatever. So Jade actually asked Scar to train her. So
Yeah,
you
'cause
kind of
she's
get the
like, yeah.
gist.
Yeah, when she was like, "Oh my God, can you teach me how to do that? I want to be able to stand up for myself. I don't want to be like this feeble girl
Yeah.
that gets taken advantage of anymore."
Yeah,
It's like,
when she looked Scar in the
okay.
eye, and all she said to Scar was like, "Can you teach me that?" And it was like, "Hey, yeah." It's like, "Fuck yeah, like you want to learn, we'll teach you."
Yeah.
But anyway, so you kind of got the gist then. You're like, "Hey, Jade's sticking around.
Yeah.
She ain't going anywhere. She's
I
going to be a
love
part of it."
Jade.
And me too. So they leave Jade there, but they have to bring Ro home with them because they can't separate her from Scar. They actually tried to put her down, and like she freaked.
I don't think Scar was wanting to get rid of her either. Not
No,
rid of her, but didn't want to get away from her.
yeah. Ryder's first appearance at the house cracked me up. Like he just like followed them there like a lost puppy dog.
He was like a-okay, but obviously it's because he wasn't like the girls. Obviously, there's guys there. They're assaulting them. They're like he's just chilling there. Like no one's like hurting him.
Actually, he had the worst injuries.
Yeah, he was beat, but
Yeah.
like he wasn't scared. Like
But there was a
girls would
reason
be
he
going
wasn't
into a
scared.
house of like 10 men.
Yeah. But there's also a reason the poor man wasn't scared. He didn't care anymore.
Yeah.
Ryder did not give two fucks. His sister was one of those girls killed
Mm-hmm.
in that raid. He was
he had
there to
nothing to live
save
for.
her. And so
Yeah.
he didn't care. He's like, I'm done then. Like, I don't want to live. Like,
Yeah.
he had accepted his fate. He was like, whatever. Well, now he's like, well, now you're going to take me home with you because I have, like, what else am I going to do?
Well, I
Like,
don't
you're
have a
taking
family
me.
anymore, so now you're gonna
Yeah.
keep me as yours.
You're going to take me with you. Yeah, but, like, I just want to say, like, I know, like, he's like, I'm coming with you guys. And then at first you're kind of like, well, really, what is this guy gonna, like, how is this
Contribute.
gonna play out?
Yeah.
And
He failed once, like
well, yeah, but then you find out that it was because he wasn't part. That team was some random team. He just wanted to go because of his sister,
yeah.
and he didn't do his research. And you're blinded when it's your family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's just at the house sulking. And I felt so bad for him when you find out why and everything. Scar did not take no bullshit though. When she
No.
started playing like that, like she just like comes up to him with a fucking bottle of whiskey and is like, "We're gonna drink here together, and you're gonna tell me what the fuck's wrong with you." And by the end of the conversation, he's joined the fucking team.
I know, and she's like, "Oh, I love him. Can we keep him?"
Yeah,
She does that to
he's
everybody
joined the
she
team
likes. Can we
by
keep
the end
him?
of the conversation.
him?
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he was fully ingrained. But it's because he had skin in the game, though. He didn't want what happened to his sister to happen to anybody else. He was in there. He saw what happened to these girls. He hated it. He saw what was happening to Ro. Like,
But that's not why he joined, and that's not why she
no, I
left.
know. But,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, like, it
Yeah.
wasn't like he was, like, just somebody. Yeah. Like, he was in it before Noah was in it. But Noah and her were
He
still
knew about
hooking
it,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the only reason she was so, like, quick to let Ryder into the group, I should say, she doesn't let anyone into her head, and that's a problem for later times. But the only reason she let Ryder into the group is because if anyone understands her, it's him.
It's him. Yeah.
Because she lost her sisters, he lost his sister to the same thing, and now they want revenge against the same person.
Yeah.
They both want Romano gone and dead.
That's what I meant. He has skin in the game. That's like,
Yeah. Yeah, but no, yeah, like actual, like he wants revenge though, not because he honestly, like, yeah, he starts to care about those other girls and like stuff and like doesn't think it's right. Obviously, he never did, but like it was only for his sister in the beginning. He
yeah.
didn't, had nothing to do with anybody else. It was for his sister and his
No.
sister only.
Well, that's why he went,
Yeah.
and then
Although, I will say, Ro, that kid,
has
she
every
has
one of those boys wrapped
wrapped around her
around her
finger.
finger.
When Ryder went to the store and bought that blue unicorn and came home,
Oh yeah.
and she
And
was
she
on the
already
couch
had two other ones
with a blue tiger and a blue elephant because the boys have bought her this
because
like also.
Luca and Kate had bought her ones,
And he's like, "What?" And Scar's like, "You guys have like scarily like similar brain
thought
capacities." And she's
processes.
like, "It makes sense for the other two, but like now I'm scared because
Yeah.
Ryder's also on their wavelength." Like, oh shit.
But Ryder and her haven't hooked up.
No.
No.
No, because she's still only hooking up. Well, yeah, she was only hooking up with Luca.
And Kate. No,
Not
no.
Luca.
Kate and
Sorry,
Noah.
Luca.
Kate
Kate
and
and
Noah.
Noah.
Yeah.
This book was like so great. And then when Noah met her and he got her the blue dolphin and then he said matches her eyes and Ryder's like, that's what I said. It was so cute. But
My heart grew 2 sizes like the Grinch when she called Scar
when
mommy.
Yeah.
okay, so when she called her mommy, I actually cried. Because it wasn't just that for one, she just called Scar mommy and just chose Scar to be her mom.
Yeah.
She, like, that was the
It was,
first word she had spoken to them. And
yeah.
they had her
She
for
had
weeks.
nodded and shook her head and like
She would communicate like that, but she would not speak. And the first time she spoke, because she was so happy, and she yelled, Mommy.
So cute.
And Cade and Noah were like with her at the time, and they got a video and they sent it to Luca and Ryder, and they immediately got in the car and drove there because they wanted to be there for it too.
Yeah.
And then she like talks after that. She talks to all of them,
yeah.
everything. And it's just like, oh,
I
and
know.
it's so cute. And then like I think Ro really opened her heart because she started to let a lot more people into like her
Yeah.
family. And that's how Ian and Holden and Tyler, who were all part of the fights with Cade, but they ended up becoming like part of their inner circle. Their kids. So Ian has twin boys, Kai and Cal, who are the same age as Ro. And Holden has a son. It's not
Trevor.
Tyler. Trevor. And Holden has a son named Trevor, who is a year older. And they always hang out at the gym because that's where their dads work because their dads would train at the gym for the fights anyway. But when they become part of the inner circle, she brings Ro there while she's training because Ro doesn't like to be separated from
The
her.
kids' relationships, I can't. Like, that girl has everybody, including other 4-year-olds, wrapped around her finger.
Yeah.
All 3 boys protect her like no tomorrow.
Oh, the moment they met, she walks up to them with Ro, and at this point, Ro actually didn't speak. This was pre-Ro speaking.
Yeah.
And she walked up to the boys, puts Ro in the ring, or like she was still holding on to her, but it was like near the ring where all the boys were like hanging out in. And she was like, introduced them, whatever. And they immediately invited her, the twins invited her to their Bluey themed birthday party. And, you know, they were rearing to go, and it was like the cutest thing ever.
I know.
And then they like, she put her in there and was like, do you want to watch Bluey with them? Like, whatever. And she left her in there. And when she turned around, Kai was sitting behind her with Ro, like in his lap, while Trevor and Cal lied on her other sides, like they were already protecting her.
It was the cutest thing ever.
And they like never made her talk or anything. Like they were
No.
just so accepting, so cute with her. Oh, those kids. They made it. Like they really
Yeah.
did. I'm
Ian
so
and
excited
Holden
for
did such a good job raising them, though.
those boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna
As
be
single
great again.
dads, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, those boys are
Single
going to
dads.
be top tier men.
Yeah. And not just single dads, like all three of those boys, no moms, and the mom, when they did have their moms, they were shitty.
Yeah.
Like, they did an
Yeah.
amazing job with those boys.
Yeah.
But when Ro does start talking, and like, it's like close to Halloween, and Scar, like, okay, for one,
Oh my
before
God.
I talk about this quite ready,
Oh, yeah.
my heart shattered though when Scar realized that Ro didn't know what Halloween was.
Right.
No. She didn't
Like,
know
she
her
didn't.
birthday, didn't know Halloween, doesn't know Christmas.
Oh, also the boys' birthday was before Halloween, and they canceled their birthday party because Rose still didn't talk at the time of the party, and they would rather spend it with Ro than have a
Yeah.
birthday party
Yeah. They still had the birthday party, but it was just them four.
because they didn't want to make her uncomfortable, and they would rather be with Ro. That was so cute. I'm gonna
Oh my
cry like
God.
talking about it. It's so sweet. But so she finds out she doesn't know whatever, and she goes to explain what Halloween is to Ro, but she doesn't have to because the boys are just screaming things at her.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And the moment they bring up costumes, and they're like, "What are you gonna wear?" She says she's gonna be Wendy. Kai's reaction to immediately say, "I'll be Peter Pan," was so cute. And
I
then
know.
Ro was like a little dictator.
No, she
She's
is.
like, she's like,
Yeah.
no, mommy's Peter Pan.
Yeah. You can be, I forget what all their
No,
costumes were. No,
she
you know
didn't even name it for him. Like that poor kid's heart was broken, and then Scar's like looking at the kid like,
that.
well, I can't say no to Ro, but like now I feel bad for Kai. So she goes, why don't you guys be the Lost Boys? And then the twins got excited because there was twins in the Lost Boys, and then Trevor could
Yeah.
be the other one, and they could still match with Ro because they were so excited just to match with Ro.
Yeah.
Well, then now everybody else has to match with Ro in her
Oh,
little.
and she decided them all.
Let me give you a rundown on everyone's costumes because when we say she decided them all, every single one of them.
Okay, but you also have to remember, all these men are big ass, tattooed, muscled, like scary
Like
motherfuckers.
deadly. Like these
Okay?
men are deadly.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jade. Jade.
Oh,
Jade
and
Brooke
Jade,
are
and
also
Charlene.
involved.
And Charlene.
And Charlene. But anyway, so God, it cracks me up. So Charlene and Joe are Mr. and Mr. Darling. Because, of course, that's what they were given.
Makes sense.
Also, real quick, Ro calls them Grandma and Grandpa, or Pops, actually. Grandma
Yeah.
and Pops.
Yeah. Because when they're like working and stuff, they go and they stay with Charlene and Joe.
Yeah. But, like,
Mostly Charlene.
that's still so
And so
sweet.
do all so does the twins and
Oh,
so
the
does
twins do too. She's their babysitter. So.
Yeah.
But, the fact that they call her Grandma, even the twins and, Trevor call her Grandma.
Yeah.
But it's so cute. But anyway, so they start calling out everybody what they're gonna wear. But I tackled so fucking hard when she points. First, she points at Luca and says, "You're gonna be Captain Huck." And then she points at fucking Cade.
350 pounds, 6'4", tattooed man.
You know she picked him because he had shoulder length blonde hair. You know she picked him for that reason. And she goes, "You're gonna be Tinkerbell." And he can't say no to her.
No.
And then she looks at Ryder. Ryder then has to be one of the fucking brothers, one of Wendy's brothers. Well, they wear pajamas the entire movie. And not good pajamas either. Anyway, so then the Halloween party rolls around and you find out what everybody else's costumes were. I was cackling. So for one, Ryder ended up being the brother that has to wear the nightgown and a top hat and glasses.
Noah's the one in a onesie carrying the teddy bear.
Pink onesie carrying a teddy bear. Also, just to point out, we already know who Tinkerbell is. Cade came out in full-blown makeup, the dress and all,
everything,
the
wings,
slippers, every single thing he did for that guy. It was so fucking funny.
It was so good.
And then all the men are grumbling because Luca gets to be hot because he's Captain Hawk, so like he doesn't have to be dressed like a moron. But it was so fucking funny. But then as everybody started arriving, I couldn't stop laughing. Holden and Ian show up, and of course their boys were nice to them, so they're just pirates. Nothing like fancy going on there.
Yeah.
Then Mikey and Rowan show up. Ronan is Nana, the dog. And Mikey is the oh no, sorry, Mikey was Nana the dog, and Ronan
Ronan was
is the fucking crocodile. Tyler shows
so
up.
good.
Tyler's like the youngest of the group besides Jade, like buff, like manly, and he's Smee. Fucking Smee. The short little fumbly man that is like Captain Hook's sidekick.
So good. So
And then
good.
uh and then Britt and Jade got off a little easier. Jade was what's her name? Not Pocahontas. I haven't seen Peter Pan in so long.
I don't think
But Jade was one of the girls, and then Britt was a mermaid. I know Britt was a mermaid. I know who Jade was too. Tiger Lily. Jade was Tiger Lily. That's who she was. But I was like actually cackling, like could not stop
it
laughing.
was
I
it was
know
Cade walking out in the dress and the fucking wings
no
for me.
word of a lie. I read that chapter like multiple times. Like the parts where they like all came in their costumes because I couldn't stop laughing. Like I was laughing so hard.
It was so good.
Like I was dying. And then I think the best part was when Noah and her had sex after. And it was like in a dark
Oh my God.
room. He fucked her from behind and then they go to leave. She turns around, she's like, I forgot you were wearing a fucking pink onesie and he had left the
He
teddy bear
zips
by
it
the
up,
door.
winks, goes out the door and picks up the teddy bear that he left outside of the room because he didn't want the teddy bear to witness what was gonna happen.
So fucking funny.
Like,
So funny. No, this entire book is so fucking iconic. Like, there wasn't a moment of it that wasn't.
until the end.
Do we have to talk about the ending? I mean,
Very briefly, they all want Scar safe. Scar wants to go out and kill everybody, and Cade and Luca are putting their foot down and they are saying, we want you to be protected.
to be fair, though, they were basically doing it in a way where it made it seem like she was never going to get her revenge.
Yeah.
And
She had full right to be mad.
Yeah.
yeah, no, she had full right to be mad, but they had full right to be worried.
Yeah.
And
They just needed to meet somewhere in the middle, but they just weren't. And they were all yelling at each other, and she stormed off and left.
well, actually, Cade would have made it worse. Cade showed up at her apartment. He tried to console her, whatever, and then they ended up getting into a huge fight, and she stormed off and disappeared. I'm I'm mad at her for like disappearing on them, but and then I was also mad at Kate and Luca, but I was hurt for Ryder and Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like Noah still had no idea what was going on.
They were involved
No
in
idea
so
about anything.
yeah.
And then Ryder's like, well, the one person I like felt like got me has just
It
abandoned
wasn't
me.
even that though that pissed me off for them. It was she abandoned Noah with no at least Luca, Cade, and Ryder knew why she had left and that she would be
Yeah.
safe and okay. Noah doesn't know where she is. Noah doesn't know she hasn't been kidnapped or murdered or isn't lying dead in a ditch somewhere. He
Yeah.
didn't get any sort of goodbye. And poor Ryder, she left. And then you see that she started their revenge without him. And one of her revenge pieces was something that directly affected Ryder.
But she didn't know.
She didn't know, but my heart broke for him
Yeah.
because she could have left and she could have brought Ryder with her because he wasn't part of the problem and he understood and he wanted her to get her revenge.
Yeah.
He was
like,
on her side.
Yeah.
He was her team, her side, and also they weren't sleeping together, so she didn't feel like she had to be open up to him.
No.
So like her leaving Ryder really ticked me off. Her
Yeah.
leaving Luca and Cade,
it
I
really
got
bothered
it.
me too because she promised him that
That's
helped,
what made me angry.
like she would help him, and like was like, I'll help train you, like you like we'll do this together.
But like what made it
She
worse is she
abandoned
didn't
him.
disappear on Jade or Ro or Joe or Charlene.
No.
And in
Yeah,
turn, she didn't disappear on Holden, Ian, and Tyler because
Or
they were
Brett.
always at Charlene's with the boys.
Yeah.
So, like, the only one that got disappeared on is the boys, and Kate and Luca kind of did it to themselves. But Ryder and Noah, like,
Didn't deserve it.
Mm-mm.
no. Especially Ryder, like, come on, take him with you.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially
he
for
needs that
Titans
revenge right now. You're the
responsible.
only thing that's holding him together. Like, bring him with
Yeah.
you. Like,
I know.
please. And then he had to find out that on the news that his father sold his sister.
Yeah. Because that was, she, like,
One of the things she
basically, like,
outed, but she
yeah.
didn't realize that she didn't know Ryder's last name. I guess she hadn't asked. So she didn't realize. But it was like, oh my God, like,
Mm-hmm.
like if you had have just like, you knew that somewhere along the way you were gonna find out who sold his sister. If she had to ask just a few more questions, she probably
Yeah.
would have known.
And
But
she's a
she,
runner too, so like she ran for the first
Mhm.
time, ran for the second time, and
Mhm.
like
And then
they
Luca.
all knew if they push her too hard, she would run, and they just
Mhm.
didn't stop pushing in this moment, and she ran.
Well, Cade's been abandoned before by her, and not by Luca. She thought Luca had abandoned Cade in the past, but he always
No.
knew where he was. But she has already abandoned Cade once before, even if Luca was the one who encouraged it. But Luca's never been abandoned by her before, so not only that though, she's never been on her own completely. She's always at least had
No.
Luca,
Yeah.
and now she doesn't. And that's just where it leaves off. And it leaves off, and poor Ryder is
Is sitting there
drinking
like, what
himself
the
to death,
fuck?
sitting there staring at a fucking TV, watching his dad be arrested for selling his daughter.
Mhm. Yeah. And Luca's like not doing good, trying to run shit without her,
Cade is off fighting everyone and anyone he can get his hands on.
trying to
And
kill
we don't know where
anybody.
Noah is. We haven't seen him since Halloween. We
Yeah.
literally don't know where Noah is. And that's where it leaves you off. That book was so amazing, and then I had a fucking headache.
Well, it's a good thing the next one's out because you can jump right into it. That's what I
Okay.
love about finished series.
But yeah, no. And
I
we'll be
fuck, I
back
loved this
next
book.
week.
Oh my God, I love this
About it.
fucking book so much.
No, I
And
love
it,
everything about
and
it.
it only got better. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It only gets better.
No, it continuously gets better as it goes on.
And I didn't think it would be possible after the first one. I thought they'd all be equal. Ah, no, 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 no. No, no way.
Yeah. No, it was definitely no, it was amazing, and I love it all so much. And we get to talk about the second book next week, um, which is really hard. A lot of it is going to be harsher topics. So yeah, we'll be talking about and our opinions on that. But yeah, I think overall this book was amazing. I loved every aspect of it. Scar made some choices though in the end that I just wanted to punch her for. If I could have jumped into that book and been like, hello, I'm on your team here. Run away from Cade and Luca right now. They're being dipshits. But give Noah a text and tell him you're going on
Yeah.
vacation or something. And hey, take Ryder.
Yeah, but honestly,
It was good Noah didn't know though. But we will talk about that later.
yeah. And but think about it, when you're in a fight, you're in the heat of the moment, you're like, I need to get away from all of these fucking men who just want to keep me safe and are trying to control everything. And she's lumping
And I
Noah
get
in.
that. She lumps everyone in. But the only thing was I kind of wish she had just taken Ryder with her to her apartment because Ro had gone to stay with Charlene and them.
Yeah.
So there was no one at Lucas. That's why she was staying at her apartment. And she kind of left Ryder behind at Lucas, even though she was the one that he was the only one he was really close to at that point in time. So he
Yeah.
was kind of just left with Luca and then forced to start to
Yeah.
bond with Luca. But oh God, we got a lot to talk about in the next book because, like we said, the boys are not doing well.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
everyone's falling apart, and she's also falling apart without them and is causing mayhem and doing things by
And we'll talk
herself,
about it in the next episode.
and it's not good.
No,
No.
no. But we do meet the fifth and final man, and I promise there's only five. We don't get more than five.
Well, sort
Me
of.
and him had some beef in the beginning.
Sort of. There's 5.5.
No.
My favorite part. I don't even know if I have a favorite part. It's always the ones that make me laugh, and it's either Tuesday Meet Wednesday or Cade walking in a dress.
To be either Nana, like come on, I'm sorry, you're dressed as like the dog Nana, like a giant Saint Bernard. And like these men are bigger than Cade. Like they're the biggest of them all.
Yeah.
Or it had to be oh my God. It had to be I like when you get mad and then she like
But
hit Lucas'
yeah.
face.
Or the tattoos
Yeah.
Or
when
Mine was
she
tattooed.
tattooed strange or he tattooed stranger on her because that's their nickname. And he calls her Letty.
and I was okay, mine other one though, I had to come up with one Ryder one. Was literally her and Ryder drinking whiskey and eating coffee ice cream in the kitchen and Cade coming in and being like,
Yes.
hey, you never let me touch that. You would bite my hand off. And then she has to like act like it's okay because she let Ryder have it. But she wants to bite his hand off, and it's so
Yeah.
funny. But
Yeah. Mommy was also a very important part of the book, but my favorite
when
part
the
is
boys
obviously
show up and they're
uh,
all and then oh actually that's really funny though when Luca like shoves Ryder out of the way to get to her first.
yeah. Yeah.
Like move. He like full blown shoulder checks him to get to her first.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I
What
think
about
my
you?
favorite part was probably the tattoos or the mummy part.
Yeah.
So cute.
I was reading the first her dancing scene because like she's like well known. She's like everyone at Steel Roses have different colors and they're blue roses or she's blue roses and everyone has different colors. But like they're different shades of things. She's blue, point blank, doesn't matter, light blue, whatever.
Yeah, she owns the
And
color blue.
yeah, and
Yeah.
she is like, oh my God, I also have another favorite part, but I'll talk about that in a sec. Everyone comes there and like watches her dance. And she's like the most popular of them. And so I was reading this, like starting this book, not really having like no expectations, having no clue like what's going on. I'm in the car and it says a song's playing. I put it on. I'm reading it as the song's playing. Another one comes on. I put it on. You read it, and as you're reading it, it's like it's saying exactly like this part in the song. This says this. This slows down. This and it's pure perfection.
Her playlists are amazing, and I listen to them the entire time I read. I'm the only one out of the three of us that actually listens to the playlist when I read it.
I
And
listen to it outside of it, but
yeah, I
if
listen to it the entire time. It changes the vibe.
yeah, if a book says this song is playing, I will play it. So I get like the total feeling of it. But what also a part that I really loved is because so on her Instagram she posts a photo of like if she's gonna be dancing, and she had her shirt off and it was Noah, right?
It was
No,
Ryder.
it was oh yeah, it was Ryder.
Because she wasn't with Ryder. That's why it was
Yes,
so awkward.
yes. She's like, Ryder, I need you to take a photo of me. And she whips her shirt off. He goes, but what are you doing? What are you doing?
And he's
She
trying to
was
respect her, and he's like not looking. She goes, "You can look, Ryder. Like Jesus."
yeah, it's just boobs.
Funny, and he's trying not to
good.
get a hard on.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. The entire book, they're like fighting the infatuation with each other because he's like, oh no, she's just my trainer. That's all she thinks she is. And then he's like, and then in her head, she's like, oh no, he just like wants me to teach him and like all these things. But like,
It's like, you morons, you're clearly into each other. And
yeah.
everyone sees it because that's when Cade starts reading books about four men. Because he's like, oh, well, obviously he'll be.
Yeah, Kate is the most intuitive, I think.
Oh, yeah. And
Intuitive.
Noah.
Okay, Noah, they're very different. Cade knows kind of like what's good for her in like the relationship aspect. And it's like, this is what this person brings you. This is like what that person brings you. I know where I stand and what you need from me. Whereas
Yeah.
Noah's very intuitive with like her feelings. And
But
like
not even that. Noah's just intuitive.
yeah. But like but he's very much like she would hate this. She won't like this. She would really like this. This is good for her. Like she whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like very like they're very different. Each one of them play a special part for
Yeah.
her, and there could never, with a personality as dynamic as hers and her needing so many different things, I don't think there ever could be just one person
No. No, there couldn't.
because she's so, it's just gonna sound rude, wishy-washy or like flip-floppy with her emotions. She doesn't have them in check. It's very
Mm-hmm.
like she's not this badass that has it all together.
Yeah.
And it's very realistic, and
Yeah.
I'm like losing my train of thought here, but she needs to like bounce things off of people and go to this person for
Mm-hmm.
that and that person for that and like yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was book number 1, and we will be back next week to talk to you guys about Deadly Chaos, which is the second book in this series.
Bye
Bye,
guys.
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 We can never do it right on Zoom.
We'll get it eventually.